Welcome to our third quarter broadcast for the Southwest region for Lincoln Mercury. On my right, I have Andrew Frick, who's our marketing manager. Andrew, welcome.
Thank you. Hello, everyone.
My left, I have Scott Campbell, who is our regional sales manager. Scott.
Thank you, Dave.
Welcome. The purpose of the broadcast is to do similar to the second quarter, to give you a recap of how we've done for the first half of the year, but also to tell you where we're going for the third quarter. These have been, in my mind, very successful in terms of communicating. And one of the things that we've done this year, and we've done it very religiously, is plan our business in advance and plan it 3 months in advance and then tell you what those plans are. There's a little risk associated to that because we can let it out to the whole world in what we're doing, but the benefit far outweighs the risk. And that benefit is not only you being able to plan your inventory more succinctly, but you also to be able to plan your advertising, your manpower, and your whole dealership operation more in advance for when we are going to get some heightened awareness and heightened surges in terms of our business in the dealerships. Here's what we're going to talk about today. First, we're going to go through our big 6 priorities. These are the priorities that we set at the beginning of the year, and we're going to recap how we're doing against those priorities. Second, the June sales highlights. I'm going to give you a recap of how we're doing June for the month, and then how we did for the first half of this year as well. And then we'll talk about third quarter marketing plans. Andrew's going to take you through what we're going to do for the next 3 months. And then Scott's going to take us through some of our production planning. And we're really excited about some of the packages that we have for '07, some of the products that we have. And as we move forward with our strategies throughout the 2007 model year, what we have planned are some very exciting new offers in the market as well. So we'll take you through that. To start, I'd like to go through the big 6 priorities and kind of recap where we're at. First and foremost, we wanted to grow our sales by 5% this year. Well, so far year to date, we're down 7%. So while we're not tracking that well, I want to go through specifically why we're not tracking that well and where the opportunities are, and I'll take you through that in a second. Next, we wanted to improve dealer profitability. Well, you don't get the sales, you don't get the profit. So that's performing not very well as well. Through May, our profit is down year over year, and that's something that we've got to stem the tide as we go forward. Our lease mix is up. That's a real bright sign. We're up from 15% last year to 29%, and that'll get stronger. The third quarter probably won't grow a whole lot, but in the fourth quarter, when we have all the new models, it'll get a lot stronger because that's when we really get the strength of our lease portfolio. So that's a real bright sign for us, and that's a lot of real hearty, good business for us in the system that'll be back to your stores for years to come. Full integration of Be Big campaigns. That's a lot to do with our co-op campaigns where we're integrated at Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. As you know, we're in the midst of a celebration campaign, which is very similar to the signature sales event we had in the first quarter. And it's integrated very strongly. Great advertising at Tier 1, great advertising at Tier 2 by the LMDAs, and our dealers at Tier 3 are tying into that. So this is going to be a very successful 2 months for us, and we're very excited about it. Sales consultant recognition programs. We've announced the STAR program, and this is an exciting program. You've asked for it, we've delivered it, and this is where we're going to have a huge banquet at the beginning of next year, celebrate our victory for this year. We'll recognize 1 sales consultant from every dealership, so that's something we've got in place now. Additionally, we're doing walk-arounds, we're doing sales rallies, we're doing a lot of things in your dealership to create some energy on the sales room floor. So our goal is to recognize people that are on the front line, and those are the sales consultants at our dealerships. Finally, successfully launched our new products. We've got Navigator Extended Length, we've got the Mark X, the Zephyr, the Milan. We've got great stuff coming to your showroom and great stuff in your showroom today. So we really need to focus on that as we go through the next couple of quarters to bring out all this new product. June sales highlights. Let's talk real quick about June. It was the Mercury Challenge for us. We finished on Mercury volume up 2%. Up 2% on Mercury. The nation was down 12% with Mercury volume. So to me, that just shows the emphasis that we had on the product line. We had some aggressive lease payments, and the matching program did work. So congratulations to us all on that. And the LMD did a great job executing that as well. The total car business was up 3% for us. So Mercury's were up 2, car were up 3. The shortfall was on trucks. Our truck business was down 19%. And really that equates to 144 units we were off year over year. It's 2 vehicle lines. Aviator was off 140 units of those. So 144 down in total. Aviator basically represented 100% of that. The opportunity that we missed was on Navigator. It was down 69 units year over year. So if you net that out, we would have been in the plus in total on a year over year basis. So not a bad month, but not a great month. And we need some great months as we go forward for the next couple of months. Year to date, we're down 7% in total. 7%. The nation's down 3%. We're down 700 units on a year-over-year basis. If you ask me where that's from, well, first off, Ellis is down almost 500 units. Those are units that just we won't make up as we go forward. And Aviator's down 633 units. So basically, the almost 100% of our decline is on discontinued units. The other units that we have are still doing fine. Huge opportunity on Grand Marquis and Town Car as they've been all year. Our Town Car business is down 300 units this year. Our Grand Marquis is down 900 units this year. So we've got opportunity. We're gonna actually extend a lot more emphasis with the LMDAs as we go forward, and they've done a great job adjusting their budgets to address some of the issues on our large cars. So don't go and slit your wrist just yet. We got great plans, and I want you to stay optimistic. We've got to stay optimistic. We've got great plans, we've got great incentives, and we've got great marketing programs to support you. So now what we have to do is do the things that we do best as Lincoln Mercury dealers, and that's execute. Execute like no tomorrow. Get our people energized, get our people excited, and then execute the programs that we've given you. So I'm excited about where we're going in the third quarter. Okay, let's talk volume. Let's take a look at what we did last year and what we're going to do this year. First, last year we sold 6,500 units in the third quarter. We had a great July at 3,100 pieces. In August, we halved that. We went down 1,000 pieces to 2,000 units in August. In September, we went down to 1,372. So basically, it was a steady decline throughout the quarter. This year, we're not going to do that. We don't have this big blowout month in July, so we're going to be more consistent throughout the quarter. We'll sell 2,500 in July, 2,350 in August, and 2,300 in September. That's basically up 10% year over year, and that's a total number of 7,150 for our Lincoln Mercury store. So we're very excited about that number. I think it's very attainable. We're on track right now to exceed 2,500 in July. So the number looks good. As we go forward, if we exceed it in July, that'll give us a little bit of cushion in August and September. But right now, we've got the celebration campaign for the next 2 months. It's well integrated. It's a great campaign. It kicks off on the 11th, and it's definitely going to drive business to your dealership. So I definitely want to let you know that we've got great plans going forward, and now is our time to execute it. Okay, next I'd like to recognize the top year-over-year sales increase. This is for the first half of the year, and these are all dealers that are above 10% growth for the year, for the first 6 months. And I want to highlight actually the importance of this and the magnitude of this. The region is down 7% year over year. The nation is down 3%. And these dealers have grown their business more than 10%. Take a look at the list of the dealers, starting with Byford over in Oklahoma. He's up 174%. What a great growth for him. And then you kind of ripple through. Now, a lot of these might not be huge volumes, but it's a huge percent increase, and that means they're doing the right thing at the store. They're getting behind the programs that we have, they're stocking the units, and they're growing their business. So congratulations, and thank you for your effort. Next, I'd like to recap the 10 Lincoln Mercury dealers that won the San Francisco Treat Contest. This is going to be an exciting contest. It's really our marquee contest for the year. It's going to be a great event in San Francisco, and it's going to be well celebrated by the dealers in attendance. I want to thank you all for your winning. And at the end of the show today, I'll come back with a challenge for every dealer. That's going to be a number that if you hit it, you'll all win on this one. So we're very excited, and it's a very special contest that we're going to include you in. Third quarter sales goals, we talked about that. The key to the third quarter sales goals, though, are executing. And the way to execute is to communicate. And to communicate our plan going forward in the third quarter, how we're going to get there, I'm going to pass it over to Andrew Frick. So Andrew, take us away.
Great. Thank you very much, Dave. I just want to tell you how excited we are as we head into the third quarter here. We've got a lot of great programs lined up, many of which you've seen already launched, but I do believe we've got the programs in place to deliver that 7,150 unit volume target that you just threw out on the table. We're already off to a great start, as Dave mentioned. What I do want to do is cover a few things today. I want to cover the July-August incentive plan to make sure that everyone completely understands all pieces and all aspects of the plan itself, from the creative side down to the incentive programs. But importantly, I also want to lay out the 2007 model year package strategy. We've got a lot of new news on vehicle packages with the 07 model years, and we want to take some time to take you through that as well. Let's start, as we have the last couple quarters, by looking at the marketing calendar, if you will. You can see on the chart that we're coming out of the Mercury Challenge, as David mentioned, which with good news, up 2% on the Mercury side. And we also had a series of dealer cash stair steps over the last several months. and we're heading right into the celebration campaign, Celebration Model Year End Clearance, which runs July 6th all the way through the end of August. And it goes more from the dealer cash stair steps to a much more visible message on the 2006 model year vehicles, which is very important as we really try to blow out of these '06 model year vehicles. You'll also see that the September time period will be set up with a set of different programs after the celebration campaign, and will really be a time where we start to integrate into launching the '07 model year vehicle lines. Looking at the July-August promotional summary, if we will, as I mentioned, we actually announced these programs to start on July 6th. Before we made that announcement, we had sent a letter out just to make sure that you all could hit the ground running and knew what to put in your ads that weekend. And I think that helped us get off on the right foot, and based on how the sales have come in, hopefully that did provide some assistance. The creative campaign is very strong. It's around the whole celebration theme, model year end clearance, with an energetic, very upbeat track, of course, Celebration, Celebrate Good Times, by Kylie Minogue. Transitioning from the Kool and the Gang version to a much more modern and energetic beat, if you will. But the key to it is also to have great incentives that are tied into it. And really, they're really supportive of the whole program itself. And it's not just single-line programs. It's a very comprehensive program that really goes against all of our 2006 Lincoln Mercury products. It's as we've coined it, nothing but zeros on all Lincoln Mercurys. You've got 0% APR, 0 gas until 2007, 0 maintenance on all of our vehicles with the exception of our hybrid vehicle. Which is really, like I mentioned, all-inclusive. We launched the basic maintenance plan on all of them this past week, which obviously adds tremendously to the Nothing But Zeros message. The 0 gas until '07 is really a $1,000 gas card program, which can be taken in the form of a gas card or in the form of an open bonus cash program. So far, and we had launched this gas card on the Ford side, for those of you who had seen it on a national level back in the middle of June. We had 80% take rate on the open bonus cash, 20% on the gas card, just to kind of give you an anticipated take rate of your customers as they come in. In addition to the Nothing But Zeros, we also made a couple other enhancements. We enhanced the customer cash levels to very strong, visible levels, and lowered APR levels on a lot of the Lincolns, if not all of the Lincolns, actually. And we also enhanced Town Car and Grand Marquis customer cash as the highlight to those. I mean, and we'll show you in a minute, we've really taken those levels to a very strong sell-down mode. And we also announced a sign and drive program on Milan and Zephyr, which is very strong, especially since we're going into the third quarter of a model year on that vehicle. Let's spend a couple minutes talking about a couple of these key incentives. And a moment ago, I mentioned the large car incentives. Look at what you can see on the chart, what the incentive levels are for both Grand Marquis and Town Car. On Grand Marquis, we've upped the ante on customer cash to $5,000, plus the $1,000 from the open bonus cash or the gas card, plus a $1,500 retail dealer cash. That gives you a total of $7,500 against Grand Marquis. On the Town Car side, it's even higher. We upped the ante to $7,000 customer cash, which is as visible as we've been on that vehicle, plus the $1,000 open bonus cash, for a total of $8,000 just customer cash alone. Then you throw on top of $2,000 of retail dealer cash and $2,000 owner loyalty to current Town Car owners, and that's $12,000 against the Town Car. Now, I know we had committed to put a $10,000 incentive out there a couple months ago, and that's what we've been running at. This $12,000 takes it to another level and should really rapidly sell down this vehicle, and really on the Grand Marquis side, both of these vehicles. And as Dave mentioned, it's where we've been off on a year-over-year basis by a few hundred units, and we expect to make up some of that gap on these two with these announcements. Let's talk about the Sign and Drive program that we announced, and as I mentioned, it's really a lot of support on these vehicle lines. It's a strength to the residuals that they've been holding, but also to the support that we've been giving these now since their initial launch. Milan is a $257 a month sign and drive program. That's 0 first month payment, 0 down, and 0 cash due at signing. That's at a 39-month term. At the same term, you have Zephyr at $364 a month. Again, 0 first month payment, 0 down, and 0 cash due at signing. Those two vehicles are off to a great start. Since their launch, they've had increases from sales on a monthly basis, and it's consistent lease programs and consistent programs, period, that have helped drive some of the success of these two vehicle launches, not to mention the amount of Tier 1 and Tier 2 support being placed against them. On two other important lease vehicles for us, Navigator and LT, we've also found some sweet spots from an advertising perspective on these two lines. Starting with LT, we've kept our $499 a month message in the market. That's about with 2,100 down, $2,099 to be exact. That's on a 39-month term on a 4x2 luxury. And on Mark LT, we've been able to keep that $399 a month lease point that we've been driving towards with $1,399 down. So I know at the last LMDA with the Texas LMDA, we told them we'd be at a $1,499 down, and we were actually at a $1,399 down. So we're very pleased to carry over these type lease programs into the third quarter to be able to help our sales push and really support the celebration campaign that's been launched. Another key part to the support, and these aren't the visible programs, if you will, but they're the programs that really help drive some of the volume, is the tier uprate structure that we announced in the second quarter. It's been carried over into the third quarter, and it's been a big piece for some of our incremental volume when it comes to marginal mixed customers because of the lower APR rates. It's improved our retail purchase rate of marginal business. We've improved the APR payments for our Tier 2 through 4 customers. And we've also seen some substantial volume improvement on that take rate and that mix of business. Just to break it out here for several of the vehicles that are at 0 for 60 months, looking at the third column where it's 49 to 60 months, and these are all in Town Car, LT, Monterey, Mountaineer, LS, Navigator, our Mariner and Mariner Hybrid. You can see that Tier 0 and 1 customers get 0% financing. A Tier 2 gets a 0.9% rate, just 100 basis points higher. Tier 3 gets 1.9, just 200 basis points higher. And very importantly, a Tier 4 or 5 gets a 3.9% rate. These rates are extremely competitive in the market, and we should be taking full advantage of this program while it's here. Very important element to our success and our sales success is our advertising weight. And we couldn't be more excited about where the weight and how the mix is laid out as we are in July and August. We have a great plan put in place. You can see, and I'm going to put the chart up now, we have $27 million in Tier 1 national weight going into the third quarter alone. Now this is going to be broken up a lot of different ways and across a lot of different vehicles. But it's important to note that just over 16 million of that Tier 1 weight, of that 27 million, will be put against the celebration campaign. So basically, 16 million of the 27 is being used to drive traffic very hard with a strong deal, just like your LMDAs are running into your showroom. That's a large commitment on a national level. In addition to that 16 million, we're going to have 4.2 million of our own LMDA money that's put into the market. That's going to be the highest 2 months back-to-back that we're going to have at any point during the year. In fact, it's 2 of the top 4 months of advertising weight that you'll see at any point in the year. May being one of them, and also December being the other month. And you can see on the chart here, when you combine the weight in the market, that the July-August standpoint is much higher than what we average through the rest of the year. Now, within that mix itself, we're going to have 70% of it going to what we call the 24 to 54 spot TV, and that's ages 24 to 54. 30% of it will go to 65 plus. Now, within the 70% going to 24 to 54, we're going to have 20% of the mix against a few different vehicles, 5 different vehicles: Milan, Montego, Zephyr, LT, and Navigator. And that's basically the mix amongst all the LMDAs. Within the 65 plus spot, we've tweaked Grand Marquis to 70% and Town Car to 30%. We've done that for a couple different reasons. We looked at each of the LMDAs and the stock position within, but the stock position from a Grand Marquis perspective is a little more out of whack than it is on Town Car. So we upped the mix, not only to put 30% of our total ad weight against Town Car Grand Marquis to begin with, but then even further against Grand Marquis to really try to get this new incentive message out into the marketplace. And we're very confident that these levels of advertising will draw traffic and deliver sales and help us deliver our 3-month number of over 7,000 units, as Dave laid out earlier. I would like to transition at this point into the 2007 model regional package strategy. Obviously, it's a very important part of really lining up our full year of success for next year and talking about our regional packages and getting our mix right. We have a lot of new news to announce on our packages in the Southwest market, and we have a couple exclusive actions that we're going to be taking down here to the Southwest market that we've never seen before. And let's start with those, actually. Let's start with the Mark LT. We've got a Mark LT 2007 model year monochrome package that we'll be announcing, that we have announced, actually. In fact, we've already started the ordering on it. The package highlights are as follows: 20-inch 7-spoke chrome wheels. They're absolutely gorgeous. They dress the truck up immensely and make it just pop in the market. Monotone painted body color grille surround, body color front rear bumpers, body side chrome lettering, chrome running boards, and power folding heated auto dimming side mirrors with the memory and security auto lamps. It's available in a couple colors, the ebony and white chocolate tri-coat paint. The package just looks absolutely spectacular. And this is, as I mentioned, exclusive to the Southwest market. We'll be the only region in the country that will be running this. From a pricing perspective, it's $19.95 MSRP. We have a $1,000 discount package for a net price of $9.95 for all of those options that I just mentioned. The order bank is open. I know your district manager and zone managers are talking to you about these. The order code is a B3M for the monochrome package and a B3L for the monochrome elite. So we expect, and I know Scott and the team have really done a nice job laying out with for all of you the mixes. We expect a 50% mix, and Scott's going to take you through that in more detail in a little bit. The other package that we're still working on that is not yet approved, but we hope to hear in the next couple weeks, is very similar to the LT, a Navigator and Navigator L monochrome package. This would again have 20-inch 7-spoke chrome aluminum wheels, monotone painted grille surround, the hood applique, the door cladding, and the skull caps. And the picture you see here in the chart that's up is a picture of a national package that they're looking at. With our monochrome package, we've actually added the grille, a chrome grille, to really make it pop a little bit more in the market. This we feel is a little too blacked out, a little too smoked out, so we're going to have a chrome grille to go along with it. As I mentioned, we're going to hopefully have this approved over the next 2 weeks. Pricing still is TBD, but similar to LT, we're looking for the $1,000 discount package. What this will allow us to do is to really do some joint advertising. We buy the same demographic, the LMDAs buy the same demographic for these vehicles, and we'll be able to do some joint advertising on the package. They're both monochrome packages. They're both going to have the same badging and the same name that we're currently going through the process of now, soliciting the dealer feedback on. We've gotten some approved names through our general counsel, and we're going through that process, and once we have that locked in, we'll communicate it out to everyone. And as I said, with the timing with this will be a Job 2 timing, which will be looking like the December time frame. But it will really set us up well into the 2007 calendar year. A couple other packages: the 2007 Town Car, Tri-Coat and Chrome. You have on the Signature Limited, a $15.90 MSRP, a $5.95 discount for a net price of $9.95. And the Mark LT Monochrome Elite package, all great features of the monochrome package, plus the satellite radio, navigation system, the trailer tow, the power moonroof, reverse sensing, and deluxe power package. So really, you got a wide range of options on that package. $39.95 with a $1,000 discount is $29.95 net price. So with that takes us through the '07 model packages. You can see we're very excited not only about the third quarter incentive plan on a short-term basis, but how our '07 model package strategy will really set us up for the rest of the year and into next year. And with that, I'll turn it back over to you, Dave, and go from there.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.
A couple of things I would follow up on what Andrew said. First off, we are the only region in the nation to get regional packages on Navigator and Mark LT. So the packages we got, and we fought for those, and Andrew fought very diligently for those, as well as Gruber. But they're a result of our meetings with dealers and input from our dealers and our dealer product committee. We asked you what packages you want, and we put these monochromatic packages together to have kind of a sport appeal. They're going to be branded for the Texas market and the Oklahoma market, and we'll be the only one in the first segment, in the luxury segment for truck and SUV, with a branded package for Texas. So I'm very excited about these, and when we get them full force, we get them to the production stream, and you get them on your lot, the LMDAs will be able to develop a strategy, year-long strategy, to address and market these together, and I think it's going to be a home run for us. So we will grow our business with these models, and I'm excited about it. What Andrew just did is kind of schooled us. We just went to Frick 101 from Professor Andrew on the 4 Ps of marketing. It took us through product, through placement, through pricing, through promotion. And those are the fundamentals behind what we do. And I think what we've got is we've got great pressure in the system. We've developed some pressure, we've got some stock pressure. Now we have to deliver the sales, which will hopefully deliver some profit for you as well. You know, one of the things that he talked about was advertising weight, and we're at the highest level of advertising we've been at all year. This is the highest level of advertising for the division and for us in the market. That will drive traffic. One of the things that frustrates me the most about our business, it's a little self-fulfilling. You know, we've had great programs all year, but we haven't had the money in the LMDA stream to be able to advertise those programs. We've had to rely on the national advertising, and it hasn't been enough to drive our business to the dealers. We have that now. We have the advertising in place with the LMDAs, with over $4 million being spent over the next 2 months. We have it at Tier 1 with the division, and you've got it at Tier 3. So we've got the message that's going to be communicated to the consumers. We've got the great programs. Great programs, great message, great traffic will be a result of that, and they're going to come into your store. And our job now, and really your job now, is once you get that traffic, to deliver those and transform those into sales. So we're counting on you. We know you can get the job done. The piece of the puzzle that happens before any of this happens, though, is getting the right inventory in place, getting the right mix of inventory, and we monitor that very closely. And Scott's going to take you through some of our special packaging for the next year and the ordering mix rate that we want you to order. So with that, I'll turn it over to Scott.
Thank you, Dave. Well, as Dave said, no sales and marketing review for the third quarter would be complete if you didn't talk about order mix and what you have coming to your dealerships. If you look at the first slide here and take a look at the first package, in the case of the Navigator Elite, you know, we believe that a 35% mix is pretty reasonable. You guys are already taking great advantage of that and are ordering closer to a 60% mix, so that's great. That product should launch extremely well. The Navigator Monochrome, as both Dave and Andrew said, is a Southwest Special Edition. We'll get you those details in the next couple weeks. The Mark LT Monochrome, again, about a 50% recommended mix, and you're already ordering at above that, at 54% so far. The Mountaineer Navigation and Moonroof package, we think is about a 50% take rate package. You're ordering at about 30% now, so that's one you need to take a look at. Make sure you understand what's included in the package and what the discount is, and see if there isn't a greater marketing opportunity for you in your market for that package. Mariner Moon and Tune, 90% of the luxury package we think should carry that option, and you're ordering at about a 75% rate. And then finally, the Town Car Tri-Coat and Chrome, probably a 20% take rate is expected, and you're ordering at about an 18% rate. So you're pretty close there to what we anticipated. Before I move off of mixes, though, let me talk about 2006 models just for a minute, because I think it helps help us plan for 2007. If you look at where we are on ordering mix versus sales mix on the 2006 models so far, you'll see that we have 3 areas of concern still right now. One is on Grand Marquis, where our GS mix is now selling at a much higher rate than the stock mix. So you're running about a 52% sales rate, a 47% stock rate, and really it wouldn't surprise me if your sales rate doesn't get to closer to 55 or 60% GS, given these incentives that we have out there today. The second vehicle that's a little bit out of balance is Milan. We're selling Milan, the Premier V6, at a almost 50% rate, and our ordering mix is about 30, or our stock mix is about 36%. So you may want to take a look at the Milans that you're ordering for '07 and make sure you have the right mix there. The last vehicle in terms of just a late concern on inventory versus sales is Mountaineer. Mountaineer, the Premier V8 4x2, we're retailing at about a 36% rate, and our stock mix is about 37%. So that unit is working real well for you, and the stock rate is not keeping up with the sales pace. So look at those as you start your 2007 model ordering. As Dave and Andrew both said, we are the only market in the country to have Navigator and LT special packages this year. Navigator, Andrew and his team have done a great job getting these Navigator and LT packages, and we're pleased to have them, and I think you guys will be extremely pleased to retail them once you get them. The last slide I have is a 2007 model year Job 1 slide, and there's some good news in here. Obviously, Navigator starts August 2nd, but the Navigator L is on pace to have a Job 1 on December 4th. Milan starts the last day of this month, July 31st. You have Mark Z coming September 4th, Job 1, and Mark X starting October 16th. So you got a great inflow of new product coming into the showrooms later this year, and it's just what the doctor ordered, I think, for the Lincoln Mercury dealers. With that, I'll turn it back over to Dave. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you, Scott. Well, I'm going to sum it up with a couple of things. First and foremost, we have a plan. We're not going willy-nilly into the night. We're following on our own direction, and we are listening to you for input. So we take your input, we kind of mix it around in the office in terms of where we want to go. We lay our plan out, and then we hold firm. Trust me, there's a lot of pressure for us to change our plans once we get them in place. Last quarter, we held the dealer cash programs in place probably longer than we should have because they lost some of the effectiveness at the end. But you asked us to do that. We announced the dealers in the beginning of the quarter that we're going to do it, so we held them. We held them throughout the quarter, the stair steps. This month, I'm excited about the fact that we've got big cash, in-your-face kind of cash on Town Car and Grand Marquis, and that's going to help us to deliver some much higher levels of retail volume, which we need to do. So we've got a plan. We're not going to change it, and we're going to work the plan. We have to work the plan at both our level as we communicate to you and your level as you execute with your sales consultants on the sales room floor. Our business is getting better every day, and we've got to remember that. It is getting better, and it will get better over these summer months. We're going to have a good summer. We're going to sell down these old models and transition to the new models, but it is getting better, and we've got some great new product that's coming that's only a couple of months away that'll be on your showroom floor to create some more excitement as we enter into the fourth quarter. Consistency, communication, and execution. That's the hallmark of our plan, and we're going to continue that throughout the year. I mentioned before a challenge. In the third quarter, we have a challenge to sell 7,150 units. That's basically a 10% increase year over year. You all play a very significant role in that challenge in helping us accomplish that. The challenge for you is to sell an increase of 10% in the third quarter. Any dealer who meets or exceeds a 10% increase on a year-over-year basis in the third quarter, that's July, August, and September, are going to get a special commemorative one-of-a-kind cufflink set. Now these are very unique. It's got Henry Ford, Edsel Ford, and Henry Ford II on the cufflinks. They are, again, one-of-a-kind. They're gold cufflinks, and we're going to have them made especially for the Southwest region. So any dealer that hits that number of an increase of 10% or greater in the third quarter will get a pair of these, and we're excited to have you win. I hope you all win them. We've got a provision set aside for everyone to have them. So everybody hit the number, and we're all going to be happy, and we'll all be walking around not we, because I can't get them because it's over $50. So, but you guys can get them, and you guys can have them, and they'll look great on you anyway. I don't have any cufflink shirts. I just have the button shirts. That said, that's the challenge. That's the quarter. That's the plan. Now let's go execute. Let's have a great quarter. Andrew and Scott, thank you.